Got one down, 3 more to go. Gonna put 2 like this and then 2 down the center. Now we're going to throw some pallets on top so we can strap it down and not worry about any of these top layers coming down. All right, so we are leaving Turf Co., which is where we picked all this up at. And yeah, we have, I'm gonna say, I think it's about 9,000 pounds worth of sod back there. Might be a little heavier, might be a little lighter. Certainly what this trailer is capable of carrying and more. We got it strapped down kind of in a peculiar way because the straps I have with me today are they're a claw style strap and not a flat plate style strap, and it prevented us from looping it through the way that I typically would prefer. Otherwise we'd strap them from the inside, flip it out to the outer side of the rub rail and put it down, but we put some pallets on top and we strapped it down tight. I mean, it's really, really tight. It's like there's a fire out here. Man, but yeah, so we got it strapped down really well. I'm keeping an eye on it and we're just making sure it doesn't look like anything's gonna go crazy on us. You know, it's interesting when you own a business and you're gonna do something like this. I have seen some of the jankiest, sketchiest looking rigs ever towing stuff. I mean, some things that you would just, like, you'd look at and you'd like, how in the world is that vehicle still on the road? How in the world is that trailer not completely broken in half? But they always seem to make it to where they're going just fine. Occasionally you probably have a couple failures, but for the most part everything seems to make it to where the client needs it just fine. But for me, you know, I don't tow sod that often. I don't haul it around very often, and because I don't haul it around very often, every time I load something that's a bit untraditional onto the trailer, my anxiety level is up. You know, if I was hauling a car back there, if I was hauling a tractor back there, if I was hauling anything normal on this trailer, you know, I'd be fine. But because I'm hauling something that I typically don't haul on the back, sod, especially because we placed them side by side up front, and that's how the gentleman here at Turfco said to do it. Yeah, it's a bit interesting to strap it all down and make sure that it doesn't fall out. Now, the other interesting thing is whenever you're hauling a load like this and you strap it down, you have to factor in compression because this is dirt and grass, so it's going to compress, and the more it compresses, the looser the straps become. So you have to stop every now and then to reset all your straps. So we may stop at the midway point because we got to drive about 45 minutes out here to get this. We may stop in at a gas station just to reset the straps, make sure that everything's nice and tight, or to at least check to see if they've loosened up at all. Yeah, I think the pallets on top definitely will help kind of keep the load stabilized a bit, and you know, less likelihood of something falling off. We didn't see anybody else doing that. There was one truck that came before us that just put a big tarp over it, and then they tied the tarp down. We have straps. Each one of the straps are rated at 3,333 pounds. So I think we're pretty much okay with that. And let's see which way I want to go here. I'll probably go this way. But so far everything looks just fine. It's a lot of weight. Not nearly as much weight as the trailer is capable of carrying. But it certainly smoothens out the ride of the truck, for sure. On the way over here, you know, the trailer's tongue weight on this thing, it's over 1,000 pounds. It's really heavy. But, or at least the pin weight, because this is a gooseneck. But what's interesting is that, you know, the more weight you put on this thing, the more it settles the springs down. But right now, I'm gonna venture to say I have probably close to maybe 3,000 pounds or more of pin weight on the back, probably more than that. And so far everything looks really good. Okay, so I know if we were hauling this as a commercial operator, you know, we're gonna go take it to a client's home and put down, then we would have to kind of comply with different rules in terms of how it's secured. But we did as good as we could do considering where the rub rails and the tie down points are on this specific trailer without moving the load further back. I really wanted the two last pallets that we put on resting right over the axles, which we were able to do, but because of that, we lost the ability to secure straps directly beside each pallet. Typically, I would put two straps up front like we did, on the two pallets that are side by side, or even if they were individually lined up, I'd put two straps on the front, and then I would put one strap on each one of the center pallets, and then two straps on the back. So in this case, we have two pallets up front side by side, so we have two straps running across both of those, and in the middle and back, we've crossed the straps. And then we have pallets, of course, on top to stabilize it. I think we're fine, but again, if I were a commercial operator, I would probably have reset the load, just ran everything straight down the center, and then put two straps up front, two straps in the back, and one strap on each of the center stacks. And then I would have also, I would probably be carrying all flat plate hooks instead of the actual claws. I'm not a big fan of the claws. It's just I had a bunch of them and I kept them in the trailer, but I'm kind of in the process of switching everything out to flat plates. I think we used, what, one flat plate on there because we had one with us, but yep, it's an interesting setup for sure. Okay, we got it all back safely. Getting all the clamps off. Nothing moved or shifted, which is really nice. All of the straps were nice and tight the entire time. We're going to use a tractor to offload some of it. Tractor is certainly not strong enough to be able to lift an entire pallet, so we'll just bring it up, get the bucket next to it, and then offload what we need in the bucket whenever we want to carry it over. I might try to see if my brush attachment fork can lift a pallet of just a pallet. That way we can load it onto something flat. But yeah, we're going to see how all this plays out. Process of unloading all this might take a while, but we'll unload what we need when we need to. We want to try to get it all down within the next 24 to 36 hours. So hopefully that'll happen. And if you're wondering where all this is going, so all around the back right here, all around this area up here is pretty much dead. We got water out here ready to irrigate everything we need to, but yeah, it's all sand all the way back here. So we're trying to get all of this completely covered. Maybe a few additional areas. I don't want to cover any area that we're going to be driving over, but yeah, this, maybe some of this down here, and all of this is just leaves and dead foliage. That's covering all that. Look at all that. It's all sand. There's no grass in here at all. So then you get over here, it's the same thing up until that area right there, which is St. Augustine. So that's what we got. 4 pallets. Each pallet should be able to do about 450 square feet. So it's a windy day, which kind of puts a bummer on some of this because we need to clear as much of this foliage out as possible, which means we're gonna have to get the blower out here, a rake, and really try to get it cleaned up. But a lot of work to do, just getting started. Not gonna lie, loading sod from the tractor, or sorry, from the trailer to the tractor, 24 at a time, is not that fun. This is pretty laborsome work, but we're getting it done. We have about half of this stack, a third of that stack, because some of them somehow creep down and kind of got pinched in between the two pallets. That's what they look like when they are completely stacked on top of each other. About 450 square feet of grass per pallet. Each one of these weighs about 2,500 pounds roughly. So again, we're loading the tractor up, and I'm going to be filling the back tires of my tractor with water whenever the part comes in, just to be able to add some rear ballast to it. But so far it's coming along pretty well. We have a bit done. You may be able to see it right there. It's coming along though. Anyways, we're going to keep at it and hopefully at least get this section done by the end of the day. All right, so just took a brisket break. Back at it. We've probably filled this thing up about, I don't know, maybe 10 times roughly. Got a lot more on it this time though. Stacked it a bit higher, kind of determining what the safe limit is before the back tires are finding it hard to get traction. But we got a reasonable amount of it done. I mean, watering it a little bit, I'd probably say we have about probably 500 square feet completed, and we have enough for just under 2,000 square feet. So it's a beautiful day outside. Temperatures are kind of mild, so it's giving us a little bit of a reprieve from humidity and heat, so that's always nice. Nice little breeze coming through. Yep, we should be done with this in a few hours hopefully. Anyways, we got to do all this, plus we're going around the corner over here too. This is my buddy, he's a dog who he came over here to help me. And this is his dog. What's going on, girl? What's going on? That's a pretty dog. All right, let's keep at it. All right, so just hustled, emptied out these two pallets. These are the first two. I got 2 more pallets. Yeah, it's a lot of work, but tractor makes it a lot nicer because I can at least lift the bucket up to imaginable height, but trying to get all of the sod off of these lower pallets is definitely a chore. Yeah, we're gonna lay all this stuff down. He's currently blowing off all the leaves that have fallen on the area that we haven't done yet. Then we're gonna probably knock all of that out with these two. Anyways, guys, we're still going. Sorry I'm not recording every little bit of it. It's very labor intensive. Anyways, back at it. And I'm sure somebody's gonna say, I don't believe you were actually working. Actually working. I do a lot of this stuff. I know some people probably believe that if you have a YouTube channel that's of any size, you pay everyone to do it or you get it done for free, but that's certainly not the case. I paid about 800 bucks for the sod, paying my buddy to help me, and doing the work myself as well. It's actually not bad. Beautiful day, windmill spinning. Couldn't ask for much of a better day to do this kind of work. Yeah, we're about halfway through pallet number 3. We still got a little bit of pallet number 4. We've taken a couple off. We're really trying to push our luck with how much we can carry. Tires aren't coming off the ground, and I still have my weight, which is going to be on the seat, and then I got my buddy who'll stand on the back, but it's coming along. We got a little tow trailer there that we're filling up, and we're hitching to the back of the tractor as well, so we're going to fill that thing up and move right along. He's coming along. So we are at about the, I don't know, maybe the 60% mark. Hands look horrible. It's okay though. Tractor's got another full load, and then my buddy's got another full load over there on top of a wagon. This right here, as much as that is, which is probably, I don't know, maybe 1,000 pounds worth, will only do about couple little strips right here. So it's slow going. 4th pallet, we're about 3 or 4 layers down on it. See the wagon over there. That wagon holds like 2,000 pounds. It's insane. But yep, we are moving right along. We have to come over here and do this. That's probably all we're gonna have enough for. So hopefully we can knock it out real quick. All right, so we ran out of sod. We need another pallet to finish this off, and then we need another 2 pallets in the back around where the fire pit that we built is, as well as the back deck. So yeah, it's gonna be another trip, fully loaded. We might actually have them delivered this time, only because when they deliver it, they'll unload them with the forklift and they'll set the pallets where you want them, which means I can have them put a pallet right here. I can have them put a pallet in the back where we're working on it back there. And I don't have to worry about, you know, loading them onto the tractor and carrying them over here. Because I can honestly say, probably the biggest pain in the butt of all of this is having to stop, go back to the trailer, reload, and then bring it back out here. Because you get this, you start building this momentum and you start building this, I guess this way of doing it. And then all of a sudden you get out of your groove because you have to go back to the trailer to load more of it on. What we're doing right now is cutting off any spare pieces we have and kind of trimming it up to fill these little holes right here. Just basically using a little hatchet to cut pieces out of, you know, squares of sod, as well as the corners that we aren't going to use on the other side. Let me show you what we have going on. Okay, so a lot of watering. I'm going to be watering this quite a bit. But right here on the edge, we're going to cut it back. We're going to put marble stone or maybe river stone, river rock along the edge, and then we'll use these little corners that we cut to fill in some of the gaps that we have. But there aren't too many of them. We just want to make sure it's all cleaned up nice. But we use the tractor to kind of grade all of this and pull any dirt or sand that was resting against the concrete foundation away, so we can basically not have any grass sitting right up against it. And we're going to essentially try to make sure that all that sits up against concrete is going to be stone, to permit us some drainage that we're looking for. We have a bit of a grade coming down this way so the water drains away, and then around the side of the house. You can see right here where we had to remove some of the material so we could butt it up against the edge of the concrete. It's all looking really good. This is a heck of a project. So we used all 4 pallets, and we need 3 more, presumably, to finish the job. So we may go ahead and have 4 pallets delivered, because we can always find a place for the 4th pallet if we need it. And what we're possibly thinking is this area right here, because it's all covered with leaves right now, and it'd be nice to have all the grass on both sides looking really nice. But the key right now is watering it and getting it to start taking into the ground and growing. Today was definitely a labor-filled day, but it wasn't bad. Again, once you get in the groove, it's not that bad. The hardest part really is just having to stop, go back to the trailer, load it back up again, and then bring it back out. But it's coming along really nicely. Anyways, guys, I sure hope you've enjoyed this homestead video. I know it's, again, not really RV or truck related, certainly trailer related. But yeah, we're finishing up the project for today. We're gonna go ahead and order 3 or 4 more pallets of St. Augustine sod, and hopefully wrap all this up. So all of this looks like all of that. Anyways, guys, if you haven't had a chance, please take a moment, subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up, and we'll talk to you again very, very soon.